All right, hey everybody. I thought I'd show you how to do an exploded view just as a reminder. So if I take my flashlight and I want to set up an exploded view, what I'm going to do is go over here to add exploded view. I'm in an assembly right now, and we're going to go ahead and click on any part and start to move it. All right, so I'm going to move that there, and sorry, I gotta do this a little bit. There we go. I can give the distance that I'm moving that part, but all I had to do is click on it and then move it one direction. You can only do one direction at a time. So that's kind of important to remember. So let's say I move that out like that. All right, now let's say I want that to also move up a little bit. Then I can make that go up a little bit as well. Pay attention to what direction it's showing. All right, so there's that. And then I just kind of keep doing that with each of the parts that I have. All right, so now I have this lens. I'm going to move it out. -4. And then go that direction. Choose -3. Move this one out. Negative. Maybe I'll change some things. All right, so I got all those. I might go back and look at some of these other steps that I've done, like step 4, for instance. That was the step where I moved that thing up. So maybe I'll just make that, maybe I'll actually even just take that step out. All right, so it goes to there. And then can zoom out here, and maybe I'll take this down a little bit. So step 2. So maybe I'll just make it -2. There we go. All right, so now those are kind of out of the way. And then I can pull out that whole inside part. That whole inside part is my LED battery sub-assembly. And you can get more than one part at a time. So even if you don't have this sub-assembly, you can select all the parts from that sub-assembly and move them out. So I'm going to do that right now. Oh, wasn't letting me. There we go. So maybe I'll move that out like 2 inches. And then I could take each of those parts separately. So maybe I just take, what would that be? Part... which part is that? Yeah, that part. So maybe I'll take that one out like this. Go about 2 inches. Maybe I'll take the batteries out. Now this battery looks like it's a little bit rotated. So one thing I could do is I could rotate that first. So maybe go like this. Hit check mark, and then I can extract it out. I can do the same thing with the next battery. And I can select that, check the angles a little bit. I don't like that angle very much, so I'm going to go like this. Try and line that up a little bit. See how well lined up that is. That looks pretty good. Check mark. And I can pull that battery out. Check. All right, and then if I want to, I can move this LED as well. Maybe pull it off. Oops. That's just the head. I don't want just the head. I'm going to take, let's see, it's going to be these, nope, it's not that. probably that, that, and that. There we go. So pull those off. And if I want to, I could rotate those. I could have rotated first as well, but that's probably good. All right, and then if I want to get really fancy, I can move the button. All right, so we got this button here. Move it down. That's one. And then move it out like that. All right, there we go. Lots of space there. All right, so now all that's done, I made all my exploded views. So I can hit done, it'll go back together. I could double click on exploded view and there it is. All right, and then that's exactly what will come out on my drawing sheet as well. So now I'm going to start a drawing sheet. Create drawing. Now we'll want a pretty big sheet, like a ANSI B. That's pretty good. I'll hit OK. Insert the, let's see, assembly. I'll insert assembly 1, copy 1, I think is the one I was just doing. All right, so I can do the front, or I could also do the top view. So I'll click on that. And then I'm actually going to do a section view for my next one. Horizontal right through there. I'm doing a section view so we can see the parts inside. And then I can do a projected view. Isometric. Right, like that. Now this scale, if I look at it, this scale is pretty big. All right, so I might go back to my settings here, my sheet settings, and go, you know what, that's a little bit too big. I might try something like 3:2 because it's not too big. Yeah, that's actually perfect. So I changed the scale a little bit, and that's going to work real nice. Bring that over here, bring this over here as well. All right, that already comes over because of it. And then, shoot, I don't want to do that. Sorry, my computer's being a little slow. Take this isometric view, bring it over a little bit. I could even bring this up. Same thing just happened. Okay, just that view right there. I'll bring it up. A little bit tight there. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'm going to insert my explode view. All right, it's showing up pretty big. Oh, and I want the isometric version of that. There we go. So maybe it's not as big, let's hope. All right, still kind of big, so I might have to place this and then move my isometric on my other one a little bit. There's that. So maybe I'll go back to these, just move them a little bit more. Maybe like that. And maybe I'll click out, click this one, move it down. The thing I want to be careful about is need a spot for my bill of materials down here. I don't really have a, I haven't, well, maybe I did give the names to some parts. So my bill of materials is going to go down here, Right now it doesn't say a whole lot. Oh yeah, it does. Sorry, it's just being really slow. I move it so that it all fits. All right. Now I can do my call outs, right? So don't forget your call outs. So we got like this one right here. We got this one right here. And I'm just going to get all these parts. Can actually have those intersect. Now this part's kind of interesting. Well, I haven't quite figured that one out, but that's my LED, but then there's the negative and positive poles that I didn't really, they're technically separate parts in the program, but I don't really want them to be listed as a separate part. I haven't figured out how to change that yet. Oops, that one didn't work. I'll have to get that in a second. Let's go back here. What was this one? Get rid of that. Man, it doesn't want to give me anything for that. It's supposed to be my reflector. There we go. Alright, so now I got all my parts listed, which is real good. Perfect. Alright, there you go.